Welcome to the Edison Festival of Light Grand Parade. I'm Ted Fitzgeorge, and I'm pleased to introduce my co-hosts for tonight, Krista Fogelsong and John Patrick from ABC7. Thank you to Waterman Broadcasting for their partnership on this broadcast.
And we are so happy to be here in downtown Fort Myers, the beautiful River District. It was a little drizzly, but it looks like the rain has stopped, so we are excited for a fun night. About 200,000 people are expected to be out lining the 2-mile stretch of the parade tonight.
And despite the little bit of rain that we had today, Krista, it has been a wonderful Saturday here in Fort Myers for the Edison Festival of Light. It's been an annual tradition here in Fort Myers for 79 years. It celebrates Thomas Edison and his inventions and innovations and contributions to Fort Myers and all of Southwest Florida.
That's right, John. The Edison Festival of Light brings to life all of those things and more. Each year we have over 20 events that are part of this celebration, with over 500,000 people during the course of those 3 weeks that get involved. Various events, the Edison Festival of Light. It's Southwest Florida's largest and longest running festival. It's an amazing time in Southwest Florida.
And this is the largest event of the festival. In fact, this is the largest night parade in the Southeast. It's just a fabulous event. It was started back in the 1930s as a way, of course, to celebrate Thomas Edison's birthday, but then someone had the bright idea, a light bulb, to bring it tonight and illuminate the parade route.
A light bulb.
A light bulb.
Light bulb, just like on your time right there.
Yeah.
I've been here since 2005. This is my first time at the parade, so I'm very, very excited to see all the floats and the bands come down. And this parade is steeped in tradition. Families have worked for years on this event, and it's been passed down from generation to generation. In addition, floats over the years were built by families here in Fort Myers, and there's been great competition for bragging rights over who has the best floats. And now even those families are involved in the planning process and producing the parade.
That happens a lot, too. We do a junior parade. In fact, it was last Sunday for this year. It's the Sunday prior to the Grand Parade, and the best floats from the junior parade are in tonight's parade as well. We've got over 100 units. We're excited that some of the new units include 4 helium balloons. One making its debut here tonight, and another has come back after a number of years away. So we're very excited to continue and start new traditions in year number 79.
Yeah, this is my third time seeing the parade. My favorite part is the local bands. I was in band growing up in high school, so I love watching the bands. Some of them actually get down and do a little dance and perform
So what
for
did you play?
I played flute.
All right.
So yeah, so I'm excited to see the bands here.
Well, we'll get to the parade in a minute, but first let's recognize some of our sponsors who have made the Edison Festival of Light possible. The Edison Festival of Light recognizes its contributing partners, the City of Fort Myers and Florida Power and Light. Its supporting partners, patron partners, and of course our media partners, which include Waterman Broadcasting, among a whole lot of others. We couldn't do it without those sponsorships and without the partners. There's an awful lot of work that goes into these
events. A lot of
events.
planning and people doing a lot of work to get here.
Right. We'll be right back to the Edison Festival of Light Grand Parade after this brief message. The Edison Festival of Light is a nonprofit organization designed to produce the 10-day festival. All events are free, and there's a great community impact for youth, science and technology, safety, history, and arts and culture. We could not do this without the generous support of the community. To find out more about our community impact and to financially support the festival, visit our website at www.edisonfestival.org. Festival merchandise is available at our website, edisonfestival.org. To obtain a copy of the Junior Parade or Grand Parade, visit our website to purchase your copy today. And we're back to the Edison Festival of Light Grand Parade. It is brought to you in part by the City of Fort Myers and Florida Power and Light. Good evening and welcome. We are ready to begin the annual Edison Festival of Light Grand Parade, 79 years strong. We start things off with the Lee County Sheriff's Office, Color Guard, and Mounted Patrolmen.
And what a beautiful sight as they go down that beautifully lined palm tree street. And the rain has stopped, JP.
It is not raining on our beloved men on motorcycles here this evening. It's dried out.
We knew what we were doing when we asked them, please bring a meteorologist on board to sit and do this.
The rain came early and it stopped early, just in time.
And everyone seems happy. The umbrellas have been put away. For those of you familiar with Fort Myers, we are situated on the riverside of Edwards Drive, and in the background you see the Harborside Convention Center. And the parade will be heading east past the Harborside and then down towards the old 41 bridge before turning right and finishing up over at City of Palms Park where the Boston Red Sox used to train.
And people have been waiting for this day for weeks. The tradition here, for those of you who don't know, people take duct tape and ribbon and whatever you can do, and you line a spot off on the parade route, the 2-mile parade route, and that is, you do not touch it.
That's
you
yours.
honor those tape lines.
They write their names on the tape.
And people honor them, and then you can come and just have a spot saved for you.
And a lot of times 2 or 3 days in advance, they'll have their chairs out there too. And they don't chain the chairs up. They set them up there, and they come back tonight, and the chairs are right there.
It's the ultimate honor system.
It really is.
Truly
it really is. It's just so cute to see
and
every year.
some people take it seriously. If you've ever gone down the route, and I know, John, you said this is your first time with the parade, but if you go through the route and see, they've got flatbed trucks, they've got smokers set up.
Yeah, right.
It's like a tailgate. They come out and they make a day of it and bring their families back, and it's generation after generation.
And one more pass by our officers, which the crowd is really enjoying here too.
You're going to have to forgive me if I start cheering or something because I get into
We
it.
get distracted. It is
I
fun,
know,
yeah. You know what's really fun is when you come down here too is they have so many booths and vendors set up so you can enjoy yourself while you're waiting for the parade to start and go check out what people are selling and have food like we did.
We do a day-long celebration down here. We call it our parade party or our parade celebration. We had a local stage where we bring in local dance troupes, theater groups, things like that, cloggers, and they come out and they get up and they do 30 minutes apiece when they do that. And then from 3 until 7:30, we had live music. We had 2 great bands here tonight. We had an 80s rock band. And
we were singing along a little bit, all of us.
Lee County Co-op, the electric co-op here in town, they've got a band of their own, and they call themselves the Kilowatts, and they played for the last 2 hours.
I've heard them before. They're very good.
And you'll see, this is great. You'll see the people stand at attention, hands over their hearts, hats off as the color guard goes by with the American flag. It's a very down-home feel. This is. It doesn't matter how big Fort Myers gets. I always tell people, at heart, we will always be a small town.
It's really nice to see that show of respect too for all the people going by who have served in our military.
And we love the mounted police. Look at those beautiful horses.
They are absolutely gorgeous.
Spectacular.
I'm mesmerized. I'm telling you guys. just nudge me if I drift off here because I get into this.
It really is a fun event.
So are we going to have to tie you down when the clowns come along? Or what?
There will be no candy, JP.
There have been times in the past when Hooters has had a float in here, and you've had to hold me down because they've had big scarab boats, race boats, and they put all the Hooters girls up on the race boats and pull them through.
You'd only have to hold me down if there was wings.
That's right. Now, every float in this parade, in order to be in the parade, because it is the Festival of Light parade, has to be lit in some way. And so you'll see as we get into the floats that they are truly lit. We don't let them into the parade unless they've got some sort of lights to honor Thomas Edison, the inventor of the incandescent light bulb.
And now it's much easier than it used to be because they have the battery-packed LED lights, but I'm sure back in the 30s it was much more difficult to come up with the lighting of people walking and everything.
I was going to ask that if we've moved from the incandescents to the LEDs, because it's a bit more, or a bit less power consuming, I should say.
We may have to honor someone else in the future. Who knows? It's coming into view. You see the guns and hoses, and there'll be some bagpipes. And you notice even the bagpipes are lit up. And I'm thinking some of the bagpipers are lit up as well. I know several of them. And
and you have to imagine, this is the end of the 2-mile route.
That's exactly
right. They
right.
have been walking. We are at the end of the parade, so some of these people might be a little tired after this route, but we're glad that they are showing energy still.
Look at that beautiful Dalmatian right there in the front.
I know, right?
Krista and I are both dog people.
Yes.
Are you really?
Yes.
Huge dog people.
I think Krista and I in the past have done some charity auctions together for the Humane Society, which is always a lot of fun. Yes. And the Galloways will be in the parade.
All right.
Jennifer Galloway, of course, is in charge of the Lee County Humane or Gulf Coast Humane Society.
And she's done so much for that shelter. It really has become a temporary home, but at least a nice place for these dogs to reside.
And they are getting ready to open one now in Cape Coral. They've worked hard over the years to raise the money and be able to open a shelter for the animals in Cape Coral, which is a large city here in Southwest Florida, right across the river from where we sit today.
Oh, there's those beautiful bagpipes we've been waiting for.
Have you ever asked a bagpiper what they wear under their kilts?
You don't want to ask.
You know
That's what I know.
You know what they tell you? My shoes.
Yeah.
What do you wear under your kilt? My shoes.
You might learn the hard way.
We'll be right back to the Edison Festival of Light Grand Parade after this brief message. The Edison Festival of Light is a nonprofit organization designed to produce the 10-day festival. All events are free, and there's a great community impact for youth, science and technology, safety, history, and arts and culture. We could not do this without the generous support of the community. To find out more about our community impact and to financially support the festival, visit our website at www.edisonfestival.org. Festival merchandise is available at our website, edisonfestival.org. To obtain a copy of the Junior Parade or Grand Parade, visit our website to purchase your copy today. And we're back to the Edison Festival of Light Grand Parade. It is brought to you in part by the City of Fort Myers and Florida Power and Light. He is the leader of the pack. That is former Chief John McMahon, Battalion Fire Chief John McMahon.
Well, that really brings a tear to my eye. It's just so festive and so patriotic. It's really fun to hear. Hey, how's it going?
That will happen throughout the entire night. People will walk by that know us and will shout out, and it's very difficult to just let them go because your first response. Next in line are the fire trucks and the first response vehicles. The kids love these when they come by. City of Fort Myers in the lead, and when I see a City of Fort Myers fire truck, I'm always reminded of my good friend Anthony Labruzzo, who passed away a couple of years ago, who everybody at the Fort Myers department adored. He did all their cooking for them, and passed away of cancer at a very young age. He was 51 years old when he passed, and I can't help but think of my friend. We called him Fire Ant.
Fort Myers, San Carlos Park, 6 fire trucks here altogether.
San Carlos Park a bit south of us, towards Estero and Bonita Springs.
You know, it's really turning out to be a gorgeous evening here now.
We knew that the weather would get a little bit cooler and the humidity would drop when that happened. They went down, and look at the little kids getting to ride the fire truck. That's
a lot of jealous kids on the ground hoping they could be inside.
As much as I enjoy doing this, I say every year, one of these years I'm going to ride in this parade.
Yeah.
There's Estero.
There we go.
Were you guys Seinfeld fans?
Of course.
So I picture Kramer
Yeah.
up on the ladder.
Making that churn.
Speaking of which, John O'Hurley, Jay Peterman from Seinfeld, was just here doing
Just
Chicago.
in town doing Chicago.
He was fantastic in that show.
We saw him. He was also here several years back in Spamalot, and he did Spamalot down in Naples.
The best line out of the show was he was going past the maestro, the conductor, and he stops and he says, you know, if you had a real instrument, they'd give you a seat.
Iona McGregor now making its way here.
The Iona McGregor district is on the way to Fort Myers Beach, if you're familiar with Southwest Florida. Actually, it's on the way to the beach if you're not familiar with Southwest Florida.
It seems like all roads here in Southwest Florida in one way or another lead to the beach.
We want them to, at least.
Bayshore.
Bayshore Fire Department in North Fort Myers. This next one looks like it can do some damage.
Yeah.
Southwest Florida International Airport Fire and Rescue Truck.
It has its own camera on the front.
Oh, wow.
Look at that. From Southwest Florida International Airport.
That's pretty cool.
Once again, you are enjoying the 79th annual Edison Festival of Light Grand Parade. This is Ted Fitzgeorge. I am a board member for the Festival of Light, and I am proudly joined this evening, and very happy to be so by Krista Fogelsong and John Patrick of ABC 7. Thrilled to have both of you along for the ride today.
And we're so happy to be here. We see some Girl Scouts walking, leading the parade now. No cookies.
I want cookies. They're for sale. I see them in front of the grocery store every day.
They don't have any cookies, but we're glad they made an appearance here tonight.
We don't allow people to throw things out during the parade. This is not Mardi Gras. This is not Fantasy Fest. But I think we should make an exception for the Girl Scouts.
I agree. Just
they
boxes at a time.
Throw boxes of cookies when they get to the TV stand.
I think that would be a fun event.
And the fire trucks have gone by. Next, we've got the massed U.S. veterans groups. Vietnam Brotherhood Bravo Company, first in line.
It's so nice that people are showing such respect to our veterans here today, clapping when they go by, and some standing up even when the veterans go by.
The veterans of the Vietnam conflict going by right now.
These are some tricked out three-wheelers.
And if you pay attention, you'll see there they are, lit up. The only way they get in, not just a headlight. They've got Christmas lights. They've got lights
even
down
around his neck.
on the tires. Yep. And John, you're not the only one. These guys get on these bikes and start honking their horns. They become like 12-year-old boys again.
Yeah.
And there's a gentleman who decided, I'll cross the street and see if I can get on television.
Vietnam Brotherhood.
Still part of the Bravo Company.
Once again, we're in beautiful downtown Fort Myers at the River District. You can see people even up on top of the Sky Bar are enjoying the wonderful view tonight, the beautiful weather here, and the palm trees just look gorgeous all lit up.
We are set up on Edwards Drive with our backs to the Caloosahatchee River, facing down Henry Street, and you see the old Edison Theater in the background as well as the as the parade units go by, you'll see some of those get picked up, and there's the harbor side, and I see our first balloon coming
There's a
in
gigantic
sight.
light bulb.
Yes,
Yeah.
LCEC, right?
That would be the co-op, correct?
Oh, Lee Co-op.
Yes, that's
yeah, it's
LCEC,
LCEC, yes.
Lee County Electric Co-op. They
Hearts and
provide
homes
power
for
to Cape
veterans.
Coral, Lehigh
Yeah.
Acres, parts of North Fort
Hi.
Myers. Next up, coming into view is Martha O'Shea and Chris Cowles. Chris is a very, very funny young man.
And there's
And
our balloon.
He is the host of the comedy club in South Fort Myers. John, the one man was blowing kisses at. No, wait, it must have been Krista. It must have been Krista.
Did we get that on
LCEC,
camera?
and they got the balloon under the bridge
Yeah.
safely. I'm very happy
Love
to
it.
see that.
All right, look at all the kids having a great time on this LCEC float.
I will say this. I have LCEC as my power company, and it is a very, very, very rare occasion that the power ever goes out, but you call them, they're right there.
The other nice thing about it is it's a co-op. You get a check.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
I have never gotten a check.
I still get a check. I lived in Lehigh Acres for years. I still get a check from the Lee County Electric Co-op. You should look into it. You should look into it. Because you're basically a shareholder in the
Yeah.
electric company, and you're supposed to get.
Here's our mayor.
I'll talk to Karen Ryan for you. Mayor Randy Henderson and his beautiful wife Jenny. It's always a pleasure to see them. We could not do this without the city of Fort Myers.
Yeah.
And Randy Henderson is a big part of what we do down here. And the reason that Fort Myers and downtown Fort Myers has blossomed the way that it has is due in large part to that man right there.
Yeah, he's a lot of fun too. Here's some council members here.
Teresa Watkins Brown,
see
one of my
you.
favorite people from City Council.
Ford
Teresa-
Mustang convertible, that's not a bad car to ride in, right?
I told you we would be mentioning Sam Galloway on a regular basis.
Yeah.
He provides all of the convertibles for the parade. Teresa is also a former board member of the Edison Festival. And this is another man. This is our county manager, Saeed Kazemi. Saeed does a lot of work here to get things done. The new project that's going to be going in down here, the hotel, is due in large part that the work that
It's
Saeed
really
has
going to
done
be
downtown. It's gonna be
fantastic when that's
spectacular.
I was just
finished.
telling Krista earlier, one of my favorite things that's occurred here in Fort Myers in the downtown area over the past several years is the addition of this basin. It is
Yes,
just
it's beautiful.
amazing.
So gorgeous.
They've actually cut, the river used to stop right there behind us.
Yeah.
And they actually cut this in and brought the river into downtown Fort Myers. It is spectacular.
These are our youth cadets. Always nice seeing youth getting involved in law enforcement at an early age.
Now, Krista, we do not want to see you later this week standing in your car or riding down the
Right,
street.
do not do this at home.
Exactly.
They do have
not
bars
try
they're
this
holding
at
on
home.
to.
I had no idea they had police vehicles that were convertible.
Neither.
I don't know that I did either.
And there was our officer of the year that just passed by.
Do you know what the back seat of those police cars look like, John? Or-
I do not. I
Okay,
don't
that's-
ever want to find out.
That's more important.
That's one of those sirens where you feel like taking a breath.
I like if you look, that you see the people on the other side of the street with the sirens going off basically in their ears. They've
Yeah.
got their fingers in their ears. It's
It
like
does get a little loud.
they thought
FHB.
they thought they had great seats, and then the sirens went off.
Golisano Children's Hospital of Southwest Florida. They do spectacular work.
The Golisanos have done such a great job of fundraising and building this hospital. In years past, there were no children's hospitals between Tampa and Miami. And because of the work that they've done, we now have a neonatal unit, a pediatric unit as well for the children, and it's because of the Golisanos and the people that support them.
So important to parents because when especially if you have to go to the hospital often, it becomes a financial burden as well as emotional.
And did you know at the Golisano Children's Museum, ABC7 and NBC2 actually has a little set there where kids can go and pretend to do the weather and read the news.
Very nice. We'll be right back to the Edison Festival of Light Grand Parade after this brief message. The Edison Festival of Light is a nonprofit organization designed to produce the 10-day festival. All events are free, and there's a great community impact for youth, science and technology, safety, history, and arts and culture. We could not do this without the generous support of the community. To find out more about our community impact and to financially support the festival, visit our website at www.edisonfestival.org. Festival merchandise is available at our website, edisonfestival.org. To obtain a copy of the Junior Parade or Grand Parade, visit our website to purchase your copy today. And we're back to the Edison Festival of Light Grand Parade. It is brought to you in part by the City of Fort Myers and Florida Power and Light. Pink heels, and here comes the pink fire truck. This fire truck you'll see as it comes into view. They'll have it downtown on a regular basis. And if you or anyone you know is a breast cancer survivor or is fighting breast cancer, you get to go up and sign the truck.
It's so powerful to see those signatures on there. 2 trucks full of signatures. That's how important breast cancer and prevention, as we know, is key to preventing,
and
to surviving.
It's kind of hard to see. Maybe we can get a little better look here in the light, but even the wheel wells, the rims,
yeah, you're right,
they're signed.
All right, our first band. The Estero Wildcats are coming up. Oh, we can't see them yet, but we can hear them. There they are. I told you I was excited for the bands.
We are, each year a different high school is what we call the honor band. And the honor band has the honor of being the first band in the parade, and they do it on a rotating basis. And this year it's Estero's turn. Estero, a bedroom community just a bit south of Fort Myers.
And one of the goals of the Estero band here, the Estero High School Marching Band, they want to get to the Macy's Parade up at Universal Studios in Orlando. They want to put that on their resume next year, so we'll be pulling for them. Hopefully they can get up there.
This is my favorite part, the dancing with the marching and the playing at the same time. And there are 55 members in this Estero band, so a lot of work and a lot of students working hard going into that.
It took 2 buses and an auxiliary vehicle, a total of 3 vehicles to bring them here to march in today's parade. The nice thing about these bands to come out and do this is we are not in marching band season, and this is Bobby Nichols, great PGA golfer, a longtime resident of Fiddlesticks, and we are so happy to have Bobby Nichols as our honorary Grand Marshal in this year's parade.
Oh, here's our pageant.
Krista, have you ever done the Queen Wave?
I know how to do the Queen Wave. I've never been in pageants, but I can do the wave pretty well. Elbow, elbow, wrist, wrist, right?
These are members. They're all members of families that have been involved in the Edison Festival for so long, and their moms and dads have been involved. Their grandparents have been involved, and they become part of Edisonia, what we consider the royalty of Edisonia. They had a big ball here last night. As we were doing concerts on the stage, that would be the festival. The pageant was doing their ball inside Harborside. So, and here comes the junior royalty.
How adorable. And of course, each has a king and queen, the juniors and the older pageants. King of a Queen.
They were.
See, she blew me a kiss.
They were
Right back at you.
They were all crowned. They were crowned last week after the junior parade, which was nice. This is Kevin Anderson from Chico's. He is and his beautiful wife Kristen, of course. We can't forget his beautiful wife. Kevin is. He will soon be the outgoing president of the Edison Festival. He's done a great job this year as our president. And I've known Kevin for probably 30 years, and we're so happy to have him as part of the board.
And we have another band making its way up. Oh, Dunbar, they're a fun band to watch. I've seen these guys before, and I hope they do a little dance for us because they are fun to watch.
I was starting to tell you, too, we appreciate them coming out and doing this because it is not marching band season. Marching band season basically is in the fall when it's football season. Now you get into the pep bands during basketball games and wrestling meets and stuff. So the Dunbar Tigers, the Marching Tiger Band. They call themselves the Marching Streak. And if their drum major understands, this is where the TV cameras are.
They should slow down here
He
a little
will
bit.
stop them here.
Let's hope so.
And strut their stuff.
Yeah. Oh, there he goes. There's the hand. I got chills. I'm excited.
The smart ones know where the cameras are.
That's the first thing they teach you in television school.
Right.
Always know where the camera is.
That's right.
All right, here we go. Woo! The horns are down in the front. Remember, this is the end of their 2-mile trek down here, so these kids are tired, and they're still putting on a heck of a performance for everybody down here at the end of the parade.
They certainly have more energy than I do. Carl Burnside, the principal at Dunbar High School, does an amazing job. Carl's been there for many, many years and just does an amazing job with the kids. And next up, right behind them, is the junior ROTC from Dunbar.
They're all waving to the camera, yep.
Next up is the Edison pageant president. Remember, I told you there's a difference between the pageant and the festival. And this is Donald Brinson, who is the pageant president this year. The public events were spun off in 1988 to better serve. And there is our brand new congressman, Francis Rooney.
Yeah. He's going pretty fast there. And of course, Lisbeth Bedequisto right behind.
Always a pleasure to see Lisbeth.
And we get kisses from her.
You better believe it. We love Lisbeth and her children. She's got great kids.
I've done a
Both in
couple events with
now.
her in Lehigh Acres.
She's
Great lady.
She is great to be around.
Of course,
Heather Fitzenhagen,
Heather's another fun one to work with.
local attorney. She's working now with Morgan & Morgan for the people.
.com.
Next up, of course, from
Cecil.
there's Cecil Pendergrass, Lee County Commissioner, and behind Cecil is the mayor of Cape Coral. That's Marnie Sawicki.
I wonder if they get to pick which vehicle they want to be in, because some of them are a little more souped up than the others.
Depends on what time you show up, I think,
Exactly, right?
downtown. So, city of Sanibel. Sanibel and Captiva, of course, beautiful barrier islands off the coast of Fort Myers.
And here's East Lee High School, their marching band right now.
That's my neck of the woods.
All right. They just have a drum band tonight, probably like you said, because it's not really parade season.
Right.
But we are appreciative that they came out tonight and gave us a little beat to listen to.
Next up, the school superintendent, fairly new within the last year or so. He replaced Dr. Nancy Graham. It's Dr. Greg Atkins. I hear great things about Dr. Atkins. He's doing a wonderful job as the school superintendent. They love to come out and ride in these parades because I'm guessing as the school superintendent, he doesn't get this kind of response a lot when he sits in on those meetings to where people stand and cheer for him as he goes by. Next up are our science fair winners. The Southwest Florida Science and Inventors Fair is a sanctioned event of the festival. The winners were announced this week and will move on to compete statewide and hopefully nationally as well.
The Inventors Fair winners right behind them. These are my kind of people because there's a lot of science in meteorology.
That's true. That's true.
Morgan Barkhurst from North Fort Myers Academy of the Arts. Jay Chandler from Canterbury School. Delia Dry from Fort Myers High School. Those are some of our winners.
And next up, the marching Viking band of Bishop Faroe High School. Bishop Faroe, the local Catholic high school here in town. Principal is Dr. Denny Dennison, who coincidentally was the best man in my wedding.
Really?
And his 2 children are my godchildren.
Wow.
So I have a very fond spot in my heart for all things Bishop Faroe.
And there's Ford's Garage, where I have a burger named after me.
Yes, you do. And I've had that burger. I've had all the burgers at Ford's Garage.
They're fantastic.
The Kearns Group doing a great job as well developing downtown.
They really are revamping downtown.
Here is the Remax balloon. They didn't have to worry about getting this one under the bridge because it's attached to the vehicle.
Well, you can feel the heat from that one.
Yeah, Remax folks having a good time
they feel lots of energy.
on the float. They're staying warm with all that hot air.
Yeah.
Little break in the parade as we await the arrival of Fort Myers' oldest high school, Fort Myers High School, the Marching Green Wave Band.
Green Wave, and they've got a full band, it appears. Some of them have scaled back for the parade this year, and we're seeing a full band with all the marchers and pom-poms, and it's going to be a great event.
Mark does a great job with the band, and of course, remember, they are the host for this is where we start the parade. We start the parade at their high school, so they tend to really put on a show when they come.
They're going all out for us.
Mark Dahlberg is the band director, and he has been there for quite some time, and we love that Mark brings his entire force out with him for all of the Edison events. This is a good time for us to sit back, rest our voices, and listen to the music.
And I'm loving it, you know that. We got some twirling going on. I'm impressed.
The band, of course, being followed by, again, the junior ROTC program. Great program, turning out great young people every year.
Again, it's so nice to see young people getting involved in the military and ROTC at an early age, and just keeping them out of trouble, getting a good values core system going.
I don't know, John, you remember the movie Stripes?
I have not seen that one.
I remember. You've never seen
You've
Stripes?
never seen
No, I have
Stripes?
not.
Boom, chugga, boom, chugga.
After you watch this, you have got to go watch Stripes.
I'm going to go find it on Netflix when I go home.
The call and response back and
Yeah.
forth, you've got to watch Bill Murray do it. It's unbelievable. You can never go wrong watching Bill Murray in a movie. Bill Murray, of course, has a Southwest Florida connection. I don't know if you know that.
No,
but
what is this?
for years, he was a part owner of the Fort Myers Miracle.
I did not know
And
that.
he would come to town for spring training and sit out in the stands with the fans and watch the Twins when the Twins were here, when they first got here back in the early 90s. And Bill Murray was a regular. He would stay out on Sanibel and come in and go to the games.
Look at that now. That is a Model A, I think.
And you can't really talk about Edison without talking about Ford when you're talking in Fort Myers. So.
Right.
They called themselves the Uncommon Friends. It was Ford, Edison, and Harvey Firestone. And we have a statue in the fountain just a few blocks to our west.
That's
And probably in pictures all over the country, because when people come here and go to the park, that's the first thing they do. They
Yep.
get in front of that statue and the fountain and get their picture taken.
My dad is a huge Ford lover, so he really enjoyed that part of the Edison Ford Winter States, was seeing the cars and even the story of Edison. I think my favorite part is how many times he failed.
And there is Mr. Edison. Thomas.
Speaking of.
Thomas and Mina Edison. They love the parade. You see them wandering around downtown on a regular basis, and it's always very cool to see them in and out of the restaurants. And next up are our Grand Marshals. Grand Marshals for 2017, it is the Little League District 9 Senior Softball All-Star Team. They were undefeated. They are unbelievable. Of course, that was Madison Klinger proclaiming her love for me. Her father, John, one of the coaches, also in my wedding.
Okay.
You see why I enjoy doing this.
Yeah, right. This is just an ego boost for you.
Oh, those girls were spectacular. Let me tell you real quickly about them. They moved on to secure the state championship in Tampa, then went up to Salisbury, North Carolina to win the Southeast Regional, and then they brought home the World Series championship banner. They defeated teams from all over the world, literally, from the Czech Republic, from Australia, from Canada, and were undefeated for the entire season.
This
is
Wells
Fargo.
I love it.
Wells Fargo.
Just chilling.
They love the horses are
What is
unbelievable.
that looks like a
A
boxer.
boxer, yeah. Boxer mix, maybe, yeah.
You
I like
are
the
both.
scooper, don't
You, that's the worst job in the parade, but she seems to be having fun.
Hey, somebody's got to do it.
Having fun.
You got to keep America beautiful.
Somebody's
Right.
make America beautiful again. Somebody's got bubble machines going because
Yeah.
I
It's fun,
see
yeah.
an awful lot of bubbles. And if you notice,
Part of the Wells Fargo team.
they're shooting bubbles from machines that are lit.
I love it.
We have a new micro brewery in downtown Fort Myers too, called Millennial Brewery. I don't know if you've been there. It's over on Royal Palm Avenue. They produced this year for the festival a beer strictly for the festival, and they called it Get Lit.
I love it.
And we have sold that beer at each of our events this year,
What a great
courtesy
idea.
of Millennial Brewery. And we appreciate the guys at Millennial for being a part of the festival, jumping in like that as a new business.
Well,
to
I know
become
where
a
I'm
part of
going after the
festival.
parade
You
now.
gotta believe it.
Because we didn't have any lights on, so we must get lit.
Exactly.
And
Here's-
those horses don't just travel the way they are in the parade from town to town. They've got their own micro or macro van, I
Look
guess.
at
it would be.
this.
Look at the size of this truck.
Yeah, wow.
Here, I thought there was money in there.
This
the whole time.
wouldn't that be nice? That
If you knew how much it cost, you probably would
this
think
is
it's money.
that's what they pay the weathermen here
Yeah.
in Southwest Florida.
Yeah,
The
right.
meteorologists, they need a truck like this to carry their money home each
cash,
month.
yeah.
Yes. No, but those horses that you saw go by first will be trailed to their next stop in the back of that beautiful truck,
Whispering Pines now.
which will be more horses.
Yes. And they are well lit up.
They
there.
are the Clydesdales this year because we do not have Budweiser with us this year. They are they're in hot demand, those Budweiser Clydesdales. So we don't get a chance to get them every year, but when we do, they come here for 4 or 5 days at a time, and they make appearances all over Southwest Florida. The Whispering Pines Clydesdales are here every year, and we love that they come out and spend time with us here in Southwest Florida. And this is very cool because right behind the Clydesdales, look what comes
Oh,
next.
look
the
at
veteran
that.
miniature horses and wagon. They're
Yep.
from Illinois.
Are those Shetlands, I believe?
They're the miniature.
They're from Watseka,
Oh, okay,
Illinois,
miniature
and in
horses.
order to be classified as miniature, they cannot be any taller than 3 feet tall.
How
And
cute.
they
Look
are.
at the cherry in the front.
I love to
Oh.
watch them run. Look at those little feet
Yeah.
just go. Here's one that gets he's a little too big, so that's why he doesn't get to pull the wagon
Yeah.
because they've got to be under that 3-foot mark.
He looked a little unhappy about
He's-
He
that.
wants to
Yeah.
go. He smells the French fries that we do, I think, too. That's probably why. We're feeling your pain as well. He's at the end. Again, this is a 2-mile route, so he's probably had it being good and would like to just run free or rest.
I would keep an eye out for another shovel.
yeah.
Will it be a miniature?
I'm just guessing. A miniature shovel, yes, a little beach
That's what the
shovel.
stroller behind it is for.
I hear a puppy.
Yeah.
No, it's one of the horses. That looks to be
That
it's already through the shot, but that looks more like a
donkey,
donkey
yeah,
than a
miniature
horse.
donkey.
Who needs a siren when you have that?
Get on your bikes and ride. Southwest Florida, criticalmass.com. We'll be right back to the Edison Festival of Light Grand Parade after this brief message. The Edison Festival of Light is a nonprofit organization designed to produce the 10-day festival. All events are free, and there's a great community impact for youth, science and technology, safety, history, and arts and culture. We could not do this without the generous support of the community. To find out more about our community impact and to financially support the festival, visit our website at www.edisonfestival.org. Festival merchandise is available at our website, edisonfestival.org. To obtain a copy of the Junior Parade or Grand Parade, visit our website to purchase your copy today. And we're back to the Edison Festival of Light Grand Parade. It is brought to you in part by the City of Fort Myers and Florida Power and Light. Once again, you are with us for the 79th Annual Edison Festival of Light Parade. My name is Ted Fitzgeorge, proud to be joined this evening by Krista Fogelsong and John Patrick of ABC 7 Television and Waterman Broadcasting.
There are 200 bikes here, and as you've mentioned before, they all have to have lights. So all 200 of these bikes have some sort of lighting on them, and as you can see, many of the people are wearing lights as well.
Not just lights. I see tutus. I see butterfly wings.
Oh, yeah. They're very festive.
I see. Yes, they are. They take it seriously. And everyone with a helmet.
Yep. Oh, the unicorns just went by.
Yes. Rainbows and unicorns. It's like life with Krista.
Yeah, exactly, right? Unreal.
I live that life 5 days a week.
There's thing one and thing two.
Yes, a big Dr. Seuss fan. Dr. Seuss's birthday coming up soon.
It's my birthday.
Is it really?
And John Bon Jovi's.
I go out and I read at the local elementary schools on Dr. Seuss's birthday, and I love to sit down with the kids and read from Dr. Seuss books.
My husband actually bought me the Places You'll Go when I got my first job.
That's
great. It's a book that goes for adults or kids.
It's a great graduation gift.
Yeah,
it's
really
one of my favorite, because I always inscribe a little Dr. Seuss of my own when I present it to people as they graduate from high school and college.
It really is, yeah. So what do you think so far, JP, your first parade?
I love it. I am having a great time, and this will not be the last time that I come to this Edison
That's what
parade.
we like to hear. Next up is the News Press Media Group, another one of our media partners. Most people I know now read the newspaper online. The newspaper in the driveway is becoming a thing of the past. I go out and I get mine every morning, and
I miss it.
There's two of us on the street that get it. The other guy is 95 years old, and me.
They have quite an impressive float, though.
They sure do.
The float is beautiful, and the News Press, of course, has been around here. They used to print basically right across the street, and it's great. Look at them all dressed up. Southwest Florida's treasure.
Who's walking the plank?
Yeah.
Arr. And here comes our next balloon. It's courtesy of Chico's.
Oh, look at this thing.
That's
Krista,
nice.
this is when we have to hold Krista down, because look at the size of this shopping bag.
I know, right?
Look at the size of this Chico's
and the
shopping
colors
bag.
make me think White House Black Market.
That's right.
So one of my favorite stores.
Chico's was founded in 1983 right here in Southwest Florida by Marvin and Helene Gralnick on Sanibel Island. Company has grown to include 3 brands. Chico's, of course, and White House Black Market, as Krista just mentioned, and Soma, with more than 1,500 boutiques in the U.S. and Canada. The first boutique on Sanibel featured Mexican folk art and a few sweaters.
Wow.
It's certainly grown from there.
Come a long way for sure.
I somehow, when I first moved here, I ended up with a Chico's gift card.
Really?
I re-gifted it.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
that's
The
a great
recipient,
option,
the recipient was very happy. But
I would have loved to have seen you buy something
Yeah.
and wear it on the air.
And there's Florida Power and Light, all lit up, as they should be. And they, you know, one thing I love to see is during the hurricanes is you see these trucks in a convoy going to help people get their power back. It's so nice
and not
to
a
see.
hurricane here. Hurricanes anywhere.
Yeah,
they jump in their
they
trucks
do,
and
and
they go
it's
to
wonderful to
Louisiana.
see.
They go, yeah.
they actually employ at least one meteorologist. I know a meteorologist that works for FPL, and he is in charge of whenever a storm, or like our afternoon thunderstorms, whenever they come, if they're going to be severe, he will alert FPL to where the weather's
Where
going to
they
be
should
bad
go.
so they can send people out there to go fix some power outages if that occurs.
In 2005, we honored the first responders and the power companies and things like that because if you recall, in 2004, we had 4 hurricanes here in
Right.
Southwest Florida, which I've been here forever, and I never remembered a hurricane, and then suddenly, bang, we got hit 4 times in 1 year.
Oh,
So
yes.
the following year for the parade, they were our grand marshals. We had the first responders, we had the electric companies, and we let them ride at the head of the parade, and we honored all of them. And
That was my first year in Southwest
was it
Florida.
really?
A
You
year
thought,
to remember
please
for
don't
sure.
let this happen
Yeah.
every year.
Here are the Ida Baker High School Marching Bulldogs. They're from the Cape. Do they know they're going to be on TV? Will they stop? Will they perform for us? That's the question.
That's what inquiring minds want to know.
Well, this past marching season, the band performed their marching show, which featured music by Michael Jackson, Krista.
I wonder if they each wore one glove.
I bet so.
As Ida Baker marches by, it gives me an opportunity to thank some of our other sponsors. Budweiser, of course, a major sponsor of everything Edison. Florida Lottery, of course, Wells Fargo you saw in the parade, Applebee's, Pepsi, Lippman Family Farms, and a whole lot more. Next up is the Bank of America float with the lights up the side. They've got some of my money.
Yeah, I think
I was
everybody's
going to say, it's too bad that we can't throw things at the parade off the floats. They might be throwing
they're
money at
bank
us.
credit cards or
Yeah,
gift cards
I mean,
or something, bank cards.
You never know.
Mariner Middle School, also from the Cape now. That's a really cool float.
I'd like to be the guy up on the top of it
Yeah,
waving.
he
He's
looks
got a great
plenty
gig.
warm.
Nobody knows who he is, though.
Yeah.
Here you go, John. Calusa Clown Alley. What is a parade without clowns? Which was why they asked us to be here.
That's exactly right. Clown runs in my family. My uncle, my grandmother's brother, my Uncle Patsy, little Italian
Uncle
guy,
Patsy.
was a clown.
Wow.
He had a clown store in my hometown up in Pennsylvania.
That's
We learn something every day.
very nice. That's why we go
Didn't
to,
know that about
why
me,
we go
Krista,
to
did
I,
you?
parades.
I had no idea, but the
You
sense
know,
of humor
we,
might
we have
It
a clown
explains
college
a lot.
right up the road in Sarasota. There's a clown
Yeah.
college where
Yes.
you can go to college and learn to be a clown. Next up, the COA All-Stars. Everybody's got a website. They know you put it on the banner and
there
get
you
some
go.
hits.
Yeah. And I hear a band behind them, so.
Should be Clewiston, the Tigers. Clewiston is out east of here, part of our 5-county area.
Yeah,
which
it's nice that they came, drove a little ways and got here. We appreciate them.
Clewiston is a ride. There's no doubt about it.
All right, they saw the cameras.
These are the dancers, of course, from the Clewiston Band. The band will be coming into view shortly. Part of the 5-county area that comprises Southwest Florida, Collier County to our south, Lee County where we are, to the north is Charlotte County, and out east would be Glades and Henry County. And that comprises the 20th Judicial Circuit here in Southwest Florida. It's about the size of Connecticut.
Yep. And if you're just joining us once again, this is a 2-mile route, and we are towards the end, so these dancers and band members are really giving it their all to still entertain the crowd after this 2-mile march and performing all the way down.
I wonder if they're coached along the way to say, okay, the TV cameras are at the end, so save a little. We're going to find out.
I
though,
will
right?
tell you when I did that, we reversed the route about 4 years ago. We used to start downtown and finish at the high school. Well, the high school is right next to the hospital. And one year, they had to airlift 4 different people into the hospital during the parade.
Oh, no.
So they had to stop the parade while the helicopters came in and life flighted the people into the hospital. So they would radio me and say, Ted, we need you to fill about 20 to 25 minutes. And I stood in the center of the football field with no parade and had to entertain 6,000 people. It was a lot of fun, though. Not for the people in the helicopters, but, you know.
They got a little pit bull going here. All right. Good job. Thank you, Clewiston, for coming down
High
here.
School.
Yes.
The Marching Tiger Band. They call themselves Tiger Pride. Almost as if on cue.
Right, almost. And we love the Relay for Life, American Cancer Society. They're all over Southwest Florida. You can go to several if they're not in your town, or if you have a date that maybe you can't make a Relay for Life. There's probably one in Bonita Springs, or one in Naples, or one in Fort Myers. Lots of fun to go here and support cancer survivors.
They totally are everywhere. We even have one in Lehigh Acres they do every year.
Oh, here we go with those cloggers.
The cloggers.
These are the Bayshore Elementary Cloggers. This is their 30th year in existence.
Wow.
That's actually, it's their 50th year. It's the Cloggers' 30th year. 50 years that the elementary school has been in existence. The Cloggers have been here for 30. And I believe they've marched all 30 years. They are regulars in the Edison Festival Parade.
Look at this float.
And you'll
you can't miss this one.
The Cloggers will be on the back of this float. And I always say these are the smartest boys in the parade.
Yeah.
There's like 4 or 5 boys and
the rest are
30
girls. Yep. Oh, I love it. It's a celebration, JP. Oh, how cute!
They were, this is their second trip through here today, because they also performed on our stage earlier today as part of our parade day celebration that we do. So they came out early, performed, left, came back, and then followed through in the parade.
I recognize this crew here.
They seem to recognize you.
They look a little tired.
This is, of course, NBC 2
This
Cares.
is the Waterman Broadcasting.
Part of your Waterman Broadcasting team. Waterman, of course, owns ABC and NBC. And I learned this month that they also own they also own MeTV. We'll be right back to the Edison Festival of Light Grand Parade after this brief message. The Edison Festival of Light is a nonprofit organization designed to produce the 10-day festival. All events are free, and there is a great community impact for youth, science and technology, safety, history, and arts and culture. We could not do this without the generous support of the community. To find out more about our community impact and to financially support the festival, visit our website, at www.edisonfestival.org. Festival merchandise is available at our website, edisonfestival.org. To obtain a copy of the Junior Parade or Grand Parade, visit our website to purchase your copy today. The Edison Festival of Light, brought to you in part by the City of Fort Myers and Florida Power and Light.
MeTV is memorable entertainment TV. DT Digital Subchannel 26-2 in Southwest Florida.
And if you're watching it on TV, it's on MeTV, owned by
And there
Waterman
we are.
Broadcasting.
You can
There
see
we are.
yourself
Look at
on
that.
TV.
That's super cool.
That is
Right there.
technology right there. That is technology right there. That's fantastic.
Now, you saw Robert Van Winkle walk by just a moment
Next
ago.
up, I told you, this right here going by is the Grand Poobah. That is Mr. Mike Gill and his beautiful wife, Pat. There he is. Without Mike Gill, there is no Edison Festival Parade. We love Mike
I
Gill.
told Robert that I was going to call him. We all call him Rich Uncle Robert at
Right.
work. So Rich Uncle Robert is marching down the parade. He's looking for a date for tonight. So
You hear him yell, it's just chaff.
I can almost
It's-
promise you will find Rich Uncle Robert in a restaurant somewhere around
Yes.
downtown. Because when I run into Rich Uncle Robert, it's at a local restaurant.
Yeah.
The man loves to go out and eat.
yes.
He's a lot of fun. We are part of Waterman Broadcasting. We should mention ABC7 and NBC2. Proud to be part of
And
Waterman
the
Broadcasting.
gentleman you're talking about, of course, for those that aren't from here, is Robert Van Winkle, which ironically is also the real name of Vanilla Ice.
That's
exactly.
right.
And Vanilla Ice played a concert over in Cape Coral, and they brought Robert over
Oh,
to
yeah.
be
All
the
right,
host.
here we go.
Oh, they're gonna. Is it on camera? Oh, there you go. He spikes.
Oh, you hit a light.
Oh, hey, what am I, chopped liver?
Here we go.
I'm ready.
They can't see this on camera, but
Oh.
we're bouncing volleyballs. See ya, Cody.
Oh, a little volleyball. We don't
Yeah.
normally get to
We
do
may
that,
have
but he
been-
knocked our lights.
We might have done something, but we had a good time.
I think it was John's light, too, so that's now it's leaking.
I look better that way.
Next up is Evangelical Christian School. The Sentinels, they've produced some great athletic teams. The football team, of course, carrying the banner there. It's not football season, but they're all out.
Some of them had to walk. Some of them got to be on this beautiful patriotic float.
This is a beautiful float, too. You're absolutely right. That was your NBC2 satellite truck that went by earlier as well.
Oh, they got it on camera. Did you see that? Yeah.
The float is 60 feet long.
And they're even signing, so we appreciate that too. Island Coast High School is making its way now.
We had a former evangelical football player as our grand marshal one year.
Oh, who was that?
Now, I knew you would say that. I'm going to draw a blank.
You bring us some trivia.
I know.
All right, these guys know the camera's on them. Island Coast High.
The Gators, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, they got some rhythm.
Island Coast with over 50 instrument players, 10 auxiliaries, a total number of 60 band members. They use 2 buses as well and 1 auxiliary vehicle to come here.
And it's starting to rain again.
The director's name is Zach Dieter, and we appreciate Zach and the Island Coast High School Marching Gator Regiment for coming out this evening.
Cub Scouts.
Popcorn.
Pack 117.
They still have tons of it. Someone must have put sugar in their float.
It's great to
Oh,
watch.
look, here comes the
kids.
cookie.
Oh, the Lehigh cookie.
It's the cookie.
Turn by the cookie. That's everybody's directions in Lehigh.
It has
I
been
pass
there.
that cookie every night.
My first job out of college was with Lehigh Corporation, and that was there back in the mid to late 70s as well. So that's at Beth Stacy. Just before you turn there to go to Beth Stacy Boulevard, I
Where
think.
where it
It's where
splits.
Lee Boulevard splits off to Homestead Road.
Yep.
And then the next immediate right is Beth Stacy. But that That is the landmark. You're absolutely right. When you go to Lehigh, that's where you want to turn. So this is Alzheimer's awareness.
Of course, purple, the color of Alzheimer's awareness.
And they forgot to put a driver in the car. That's ironic.
They do several walks here in the fall around Southwest Florida to raise money for Alzheimer's, and I MC their walks each and every year. And not only do we raise money every year for a great cause, it is a lot of fun. Good. So look for that later on in the year.
That is a beautiful car. My father suffered from Alzheimer's before he passed away. So anyone that does things like that is okay in my book.
More and more people are being affected by Alzheimer's too, so it's something that we all need to be aware of.
The longer we all live, the more that's going to happen too. When kids are born today, they expect to live to be 100. So it's only going to get worse before it gets better.
And here's what that beautiful car arrived in.
Lady Friend.
Caregiver Relief. Those are very special people. I have to tell you, it's another wedding story. That would be, of course, Father Hugh McGuigan, the priest who married me, and Lee County's newest judge, Zach Gill. Zach was appointed by Governor Rick Scott. Yeah. Mike Scott, of course, our sheriff, who was in the parade earlier. Governor Rick Scott appointed Zach about 4 months ago, and he is the latest Lee County judge here in the 20th Circuit.
Is this Chick-fil-A?
Eat more beef. Eat more chicken.
Yep.
The cows want you to eat the chicken.
That's right.
Chick-fil-A, another very good friend of the festival. There have been years past, and as you know, Chick-fil-A not open on Sundays.
That's right.
But they have come down and provided food for all the volunteers on Junior Parade Day, which is always on a Sunday. So we always appreciate Chick-fil-A and what they mean in the festival.
And they're actually handing out sandwiches. Gift cards.
Because I would have taken a sandwich.
Yeah, I know. Gift cards
I would have taken
out.
a sandwich.
We love our Chick-fil-A, that's
Next
for
up,
sure.
the Golden Band of Lehigh Senior High School. John, do you live out in Lehigh?
I do. I live right near that cookie we were just talking about.
I heard you say that's where you turn every night. So,
And, of course, the senior high school right there off of Gunnery Road, right next to the library.
When I lived in Lehigh, there was an elementary school on Richmond, and that was it.
I'll tell you what, we have Aldi's that just opened within the last week. There's going to be another Bravo grocery store. Deb's Seafood, a seafood restaurant's going to open up soon.
Back in the 70s, there was a Jack's grocery store. There was no Publix. No McDonald's, no traffic lights.
We have 2 Winn-Dixies now.
Yeah, I know that. And no traffic lights. It is amazing the growth and how Southwest Florida has ballooned over the years.
Lehigh really showed up tonight. Brought a very large band with them today and doing a great job performing right in front of us. We appreciate that, and the cameras.
If we wave, do you think they'll wave back?
I don't know if they can with their...
They seem preoccupied.
A little bit.
As we await the next unit to come by, I'll tell you more about some of our sponsors, Broadway Palm Dinner Theater, as well as the Galloway family of dealerships. Sam Galloway, of course, providing a lot of these great cars that we've seen go by. Subway, Chris Spiro and Associates, great marketing company here in town. The beaches of Fort Myers and Sanibel, our friends at the Family Thrift Center, all great sponsors and people that we appreciate from year to year because they are the oil and the gasoline that make this festival run. We couldn't do it without their help, without their support, without their dollars, without their volunteers.
Here's the American Red Cross Disaster Relief. That's not what they send when there is a disaster, by the way.
Although it would make you feel better.
It would.
It would make people smile, there's no doubt. And what I've always heard about the Red Cross is it's one of those charities, if you make a donation, you know it's going to the right thing. It's not being used to pay, some CEO some exorbitant bonus at the end of the year. That when you make a contribution to the Red Cross, it goes where you want it to go.
And they're really there for simple things, when families need help.
We talked about the power companies deploying resources out whenever there's a disaster. These people will go literally everywhere. Yeah,
right there with them. 100 years of the Red Cross. That is a beautiful float.
Here's Here's the real disaster relief.
This is what they'll send, yes.
Yeah.
We'll be right back to the Edison Festival of Light Grand Parade after this brief message. The Edison Festival of Light is a nonprofit organization designed to produce the 10-day festival. All events are free, and there's a great community impact for youth, science and technology, safety, history, and arts and culture. We could not do this without the generous support of the community. To find out more about our community impact and to financially support the festival, visit our website at www.edisonfestival.org. Festival merchandise is available at our website, edisonfestival.org. To obtain a copy of the Junior Parade or Grand Parade, visit our website to purchase your copy today. And we're back to the Edison Festival of Light Grand Parade. It is brought to you in part by the City of Fort Myers and Florida Power and Light.
As we mentioned, one of the fun things about coming downtown is there's kind of a carnival atmosphere. And I mention that because I can smell the onion rings right now.
Wait, I'm going to tell you something even better. Those are mozzarella stuffed onion rings.
Oh.
This always scares the people along the parade route. Watch them grab their ears.
Yeah.
Because we will have probably 12 to 15 of these units go by firing their guns. Now, they were nice enough to provide me with a couple of those mozzarella stuffed onion rings earlier today. They told me how they made them.
They smell fantastic.
I'll be trying it at home, there's no doubt.
And my dad served in the Korean War, so I'm happy to see his wars being represented here tonight.
It's a perfect opportunity to thank all of the men and women that have served, past and present, for your service.
What they say is true. Freedom is not free.
It is
never
absolutely
is.
not. That's intimidating. That is really intimidating.
It's like land, sea. Oh, wow. That's a
Those are blanks, in case you're wondering.
They are now. We learned that the hard way. And you look at the smiles on the faces of these guys, and I'm telling you, we're all little kids at heart.
Yeah.
Little kids love parades.
I even played with my brother's army men.
Right?
I mean, it was a blast, yeah.
We are all little kids at heart.
The Vikings are making their way to the big stage here now.
This should be a Sam Galloway float, and when I see black and gold and Vikings, I'm thinking a little more Bishop Verot. And I believe that's exactly what it is. You see the Bishop Verot cheerleaders.
That's a very nice float.
Bishop Verot in past years has been very generous with their time in their football field. We've gone out and done promotions for the parade in advance of the parade. We weren't able to do that this year, but we always appreciate their support. Mike Gill, of course, our parade director, is a shop teacher and has been at Bishop Verot for 40 years.
Oh, okay.
There's House Hunter's tiny house. D.R. Horton right there.
Big builder in Southwest Florida. Especially right now, construction is booming.
It certainly is. We have bounced back quite nicely.
Yes.
Next up, only you can prevent forest fires and wildfires. Smokey the Bear. Everybody loves Smokey. The kids just adore Smokey when he goes by.
And it is dry season despite the rain, so if you're outside barbecuing or anything like that, be very, very careful.
So carefully.
That's your public service message for the night.
Smoke yesterday, right?
Yes, we did.
I thought there was something wrong with my car. I really did. And then I hear on the radio and I see on TV and I read in the paper that there's fires up in Lakeland.
It was all the way up
in Polk County.
Polk County, yeah. Frostproof.
I'll never forget Frostproof because it's such a unique name.
Right.
So.
Well, you know why it's called Frostproof? Theoretically, that is as far south as you would get frost.
Okay.
So south of there was Frostproof.
Cool.
I don't believe it because I've seen frost here in Fort Myers, but.
Oh, I love this.
North Fort Myers Academy for the Arts and a steel drum band.
I could listen to steel drums 24/7.
That's Florida.
Yeah.
Jimmy Buffett fan, are you?
Oh, of course.
There you go.
Yeah. Bob Marley and anything, yeah. Anything Island.
Next up, another Sam Galloway float. Float number 2. Actually, this might actually be float number 3.
Lots of kids.
And you see all the lights. It is the largest nighttime parade in the southeastern United States, the Edison Festival of Light. Next up, the Silver Magic Marching Band. I'm sorry, go ahead.
All right, no.
And they are out in force.
Mariner, of course, from Cape Coral.
They've all got their strings of lights on.
And I've got this one. We had a Mariner High School superstar who was one of our Grand Marshals, Ernest Graham.
Oh, okay.
Ernest Graham was a Grand Marshal for us one year. Ernest was awesome. He is now the head coach at North Fort Myers High School.
Their instruments are lit up.
Yes. JP, you're going to love this next part of the parade. It's the Araba Temple, multiple units. We've got the Flintstone cars.
Oh,
they
fantastic.
have so many.
And they've got the cops in jail as they go by. And the Shriners, of course, do great work as well.
They sure do.
For victims of burns and whatnot. And from what I read and hear about the Shriners, they would like to figure out a way to get more and younger people involved in the Shriners.
They have a big ad campaign going on if you watch the news channels in the daytime that it really pulls at your heart because these kids are asking you to donate and it really makes you want to get your wallet out.
I love Alec.
Yeah.
Oh. We all love a parade. That's the potentate yelling out to us. He said, if I'm going to be a potentate, I'm going to look impotentate. That's And they have the best vehicles in the parade.
They sure do.
When you see them come by and the little Flintstone mobiles and these little cars coming by and the three-wheelers.
Once again, you're watching this on MeTV, but we are from ABC7, John Patrick and myself, Krista Fogelsong. So glad to be with you, Ted.
Ted Fitzgeorge and I am with the Boston Red Sox. We are getting ready to start spring training less than a week. Yeah. Thursday, we open up against, I believe it's Northeastern. I'll know when I get there. But spring training starts early this year. Of course, Southwest Florida home to the Minnesota Twins and the Boston Red Sox, in addition to the Tampa Rays, who train right up the road in Charlotte County, in Port Charlotte. So we're very excited to have baseball starting again, and equally as excited to have Waterman Broadcasting on board and the two of you to be here with me tonight.
All very nice sports complexes, by the way, but I have to give the best food to JetBlue Park.
Really?
That's
Okay.
what I like to hear.
They do have Norman Love Gelato there.
They
so.
do, and they feed us well up in the press dining
do
room,
they?
too.
Okay.
So you'll have to stop up and say hello this year.
Ted also does a lot of volunteering of his time to MC charity events, too, because we've worked together before.
Krista and I have done things
yes.
together, and I love doing work with you. You are very good, and both of you give back to this community in a big way. And I know if they know it, they appreciate it, the folks here. And they should know.
We sure enjoy
they
getting
should
out
know
and meeting
more.
people, too.
It truly is. Krista and I seem to do things in very fun places, too.
Yeah.
We've done things at the Imaginarium. We've done it at the Wicked Dolphin Rum Distillery. It's
I still have to get over
You
there.
have to get
I
over,
haven't been
yeah.
You
there
haven't
yet.
done that? Well, now you've done the parade.
I've done the parade. I'll work my way across the river.
Stick with us. We'll get you out and about. You can do all these things.
Wicked Dolphin, Joanna Lardo, and it's just a blast over there. And they'll let you sample some of their rums that they make right there in Cape Coral.
Joanne and her husband
Yeah.
Bob just opened the Big Blue Brewery over there as well. So they've got the rum distillery and also now a microbrewery in Cape Coral.
Well, I
Yeah.
have some of the spiced rum in my cabinet at home, so it's
They
good
make
stuff.
a little thing called rum shine, and it's a moonshine version of their rum, which is quite effective.
And Bob actually is a very talented singer as well.
Very good.
Yeah.
And talk about people that give back. They give
They
back
really
on a
do,
regular
yeah.
basis to the community. They
At first
Joanne.
glance, I thought this was the Ghostbusters coming, but no.
Yeah.
that's-
it's more
More
Shriners,
Shriners, yep.
and another ship. If you'd like to learn about the Edison Festival and you're watching us on television, please be sure to stop by and visit our website. It's edisonfestival.org. You can volunteer. You can learn about the history of the festival. You can purchase merchandise.
Come the
You can
Flintstones.
learn how to become a part of this parade. If you'd like to be in the parade next year, here come the Flintstone cars.
Yeah, what a great way to show your support for Fort Myers, but also maybe get your organization out there.
Look,
And
and look at how much fun these guys have. Yabba dabba doo.
I wanted Fred to yell Wilma when he came by.
And they've got their own vehicle to tote them around as well. They need to have this because I've actually seen these cars break down on the parade route. It happens every now and again. Let's face it, this is the only time you use them. You don't see
Yeah.
them running down the street. So they've got to be able to lift it up and put it on the trailer and get it home safely. And these are from Naples. Naples, of course, about a 30 to 40-minute drive south of Fort Myers. Don't you just want to say auga?
yeah.
This year's parade has got 155 units altogether, and the temple units that just went by, the Arab Shriners that just went by, were number 116. So that gives you an idea of just how far in. We're about 2/3 of the way through the parade. It's the 79th annual Edison Festival of Light Parade. Ted Fitzgeorge and Krista Fogelsong along with John Patrick. Sitting on Edwards Drive with our back to the Caloosahatchee River, we're looking down Henry Street at, well, up above, of course, as Krista mentioned, one of our
Sky
favorite
Bar.
spots, the Sky Bar above the Firestone Restaurant. And here comes some more clowns, and not the scary kind.
And what a beautiful evening. It's kind of drizzled back and forth, but now it's cooled off again, and the rain has stopped, and so we're just enjoying
A
the
couple
night.
of umbrellas still up, but I don't think they know that it has stopped raining. So
It's precautionary, I'm
that's
sure.
true. A preemptive strike. My wife Kathleen works as the chief assistant public defender, and I believe these are some of her clients out for the evening.
I hope they have a ball and chain hooked up to them because they look a little free tonight.
I'm sorry, Kathleen. I should just leave that alone probably, but
I bet Kathleen is used to your humor, so Once again, we're celebrating Thomas Edison and all he's done, not just for Fort Myers, but for the world.
over
Really.
1,000 patents, as JP mentioned earlier. We'll be right back to the Edison Festival of Light Grand Parade after this brief message. The Edison Festival of Light is a nonprofit organization designed to produce the 10-day festival. All events are free, and there's a great community impact for youth, science and technology, safety, history, and arts and culture. We could not do this without the generous support of the community. To find out more about our community impact and to financially support the festival, visit our website at www.edisonfestival.org. Festival merchandise is available at our website, edisonfestival.org. To obtain a copy of the Junior Parade or Grand Parade, visit our website to purchase your copy today. And we're back to the Edison Festival of Light Grand Parade. It is brought to you in part by the City of Fort Myers and Florida Power and Light.
This parade started back in the 1930s, and then they decided, hey, let's leave it at night and have everyone light up, since he, of course, the inventor of the light bulb. I was saying earlier, one of the things I love when you go on the tour of the Edison Ford Winter Estates is they tell the story of all the mistakes he made and all the failures he had. And most of us would have given up way before many of the inventions. And so I think it's such an inspiring tour to go visit and, of course, learn about the history. But I was just inspired when I left.
It's truly amazing. And sadly, it's here, and I'm guessing you guys are like me. We should go probably every 6 months or so to see what they've added and what's new. And we only go when people come down from out of town and we're looking for something to do with them. Oh, let's go to the Edison home. Let's go to the Edison Ford Estates.
Yeah.
Let's see the museum, the gardens. It's just a fabulous place.
Right.
Doing the most good, the Salvation Army.
Another wonderful organization.
A fantastic organization. They do a lot of good, especially around the holidays when you see them out there with their red kettles collecting money.
All right, we got a band coming.
I think I hear
They see the camera.
The North Fort Myers High School band.
Oh, they just stopped.
The Marching Knights. I believe they're going to stop up here in front of us too. Their drum major. Look, she's lit up. Look, check out those pants that she's wearing. She's got lights down her left leg.
I love these aerial views that we're getting.
Oh, this is a great
view.
This is
a spectacular
this is Southwest
shot.
Florida at
Down
its
Edwards
finest,
Drive. You know that the people that see this that are down visiting think this is where I could live.
Yeah.
This is where I could live. Of course, the Edisons were friends with the McGregors, Tootie McGregor, and they were all partly responsible for the palm trees that you see lining the road here and all the way down McGregor Boulevard, which is one of the most beautiful scenic roads in all of the country, actually. What's a marching band without Louie Louie?
You got to have it.
Classic song from the Kingsmen.
They came out tonight, too. What a big band they brought. All right.
I told you, they're going to stop and perform.
I love it.
Now that's what you call
you go.
performing for the camera.
All right.
Good job.
That's why we come. That's
Yeah.
why the people we have on beautiful nights. It may be a little light on the crowd tonight, but they've estimated the crowd for this parade at over 200,000 people over the 2-mile route from Fort Myers High School to downtown Fort Myers. And that was the North Fort Myers band showing off like no one else has so far tonight.
The Red Knights.
Of
give it
course,
their all.
the most famous graduate of North Fort Myers High School probably is primetime, Mr. Deion
Yep.
Sanders, who still comes back and visits at
He
North
does.
Fort Myers, and he'll deliver shoes for the entire football team. And again, does that quietly, doesn't do it with a whole lot of fanfare, but he keeps them in shoes.
Which is rare for Deion.
For Deion, absolutely. Littleton Elementary, these are more cloggers on the way.
All right.
More smart young men.
Yeah.
Cafe de Paris.
I love it.
Dressed appropriately. You saw the Eiffel Tower. Lariats and Lace, regular performers here in the Edison Festival. They're followed by more festive floats. It looks like another pirate ship. This is FSW, formerly Edison Community College.
And some Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Now a four-year college right here in the heart of Fort Myers.
And a brand new stadium.
And they've got a brand new arena. The Suncoast Credit Union Arena, if I'm not mistaken, and they had a grand opening that they packed the house.
Yep.
And their basketball team, first year in existence as FSW, I believe the last time I checked their record, 18-5. So their basketball team doing well right out of the chute. Let's get a little break in the action as we look right down Edwards Drive. You are absolutely right. That is spectacular. This doesn't get any prettier than Southwest Florida on a nice, cool night like this.
Riverdale High School is making its way down Edwards Drive.
The Raider Band. My sister Alexandria, a proud graduate of Riverdale High School.
Thriller. GP and I perk up.
I think we're going to go through the whole Michael Jackson catalog by the time the parade's done. This is great.
Very talented flag twirlers there.
Have you guys ever done anything where you actually did that Thriller dance?
I
the
learned it on a
Thriller
cruise
video?
ship.
Did you?
Never done
That
it,
would be
no.
so good. Have you seen the YouTube video of the Philippine prisoners?
Oh, that was amazing.
That
yes.
was unbelievable. Of course, they had enough time, I guess,
Yeah.
to learn it.
Right.
That was.
Probably took them 10 years, who knows.
What else were they going to do? Riverdale High School, about 15 miles east of Fort Myers, out State Road 80. Happy to see the Raiders out strong, marching, the cheerleaders and the band.
They're right near the shortcut to Arcadia, I like to say, State Road
Yeah.
31. That's another area that's been really building over the last couple of years.
When I was in college at the University of Florida in the mid-'70s, and I-75 stopped in Sarasota. So to get to school, we would have to go out to LaBelle and go up 29 to go up to Gainesville in the middle of the state up in North Florida.
Oh, right, DeSoto.
Oh,
Thank you.
there
We
you
just got
go.
beaten.
Very nice.
We
Oh,
just got beaten.
we got
Thank
beaten
you.
and didn't have to show anything. That's beautiful. Thank you.
Well, that
Thank
took
you
all the
so
fun
much.
out of it.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it.
You too.
Thank you, guys. All right. Take care. You bet.
And here's part of their float walking by.
The Hernando de Soto Historic Society, they've got a 50-foot float on the way. You see the front of it there. And a sound system.
I have to say, I was here 2 years ago, and a lot of the floats I don't recognize, so this is kind of fun to see some
There
of the
are
new
new
ones.
floats this year. We're very happy to see that.
Queen Sarah Adams, Princess Bailey Mosley. I will be your master, sir.
ceremony, Hernando's y Garces. But if you want beads, you gotta scream! We'll be right back to the Edison Festival of Light Grand Parade after this brief message. The Edison Festival of Light is a nonprofit organization designed to produce the 10-day festival. All events are free, and there is a great community impact for youth, science and technology, safety, history, and arts and culture. We could not do this without the generous support of the community. To find out more about our community impact and to financially support the festival, visit our website at www.edisonfestival.org. Festival merchandise is available at our website, edisonfestival.org. To obtain a copy of the Junior Parade or Grand Parade, visit our website to purchase your copy today. And we're back to the Edison Festival of Light Grand Parade. It is brought to you in part by the City of Fort Myers and Florida Power and Light. Hallelujah!
Very fun, Hernando DeSoto Historic
That
Site.
was a fun group right there. Next up, the Light of Christ.
He's got the whole world in his hands.
This should be the Gulf Coast Baptist Church. And coming into view, the Shark Lacrosse team. Shark Lacrosse.
And I see a balloon in the background.
Lacrosse is a sport that's absolutely going through the roof. It's blowing up here in Southwest Florida. All of the high schools have picked it up. There was a time when it was basically a mid-Atlantic sport. Virginia, Maryland, that sort of thing. But nice of the Sharks lacrosse team to not just be providing that for their kids, but look at now they've got them out and they've got a float.
That's right.
That's a lacrosse field, that float. You see the net.
I feel like we're at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade now.
This is, I always wonder which one is Tom, which one is Jerry. It makes sense that Tom is the cat. So we've got Jerry, the mouse.
I always think of, now when I see one of these gigantic balloons, the SNL skit with Kristen Wiig from a couple of months ago with the Macy's parade balloons.
We are
Or
thrilled.
Seinfeld again.
We
Or
are
Seinfeld
thrilled,
again.
and we would love to have more balloons. And over the years, I mean, there used to be the Orange Bowl parade. There is no more. There is no Orange Bowl parade. We would get floats from the Orange Bowl because it's right across the state. So they would send floats over here for our parade. When that ceased to be in existence, all those floats went away.
It's
And now-
actually pest control.
I was going to say, now we understand why we have
By
the
the
gigantic
mouse,
mouse. Yes, it's Fort Myers Pest Control.
Okay.
They're doing a great job controlling this
okay.
giant balloon here.
Our camera is getting out of the way.
Were you responsible for bringing Jerry to the?
Yes, we were.
Why don't you tell us about that? Tell us who you are and tell us about Jerry being in the parade.
Well, we're Fort Myers Pest Control. We've been around for 51 years, celebrating our 50th anniversary this year. they asked us to be in the parade, and we said we wouldn't do this without Jerry to come with us.
Well, we appreciate you bringing. We were just talking about how beautiful it is to have the balloons, and we were worried about getting them under the bridge to get them here. Were you there when they did that?
Oh yeah, it's been a little bit of an issue, but it seems like it got better and better each time. We learned a lot tonight.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate you coming out. Thanks for bringing Jerry.
And Fort Myers Pest Control appreciates being part of
Beautiful.
this parade.
Thank you so much. All right,
sir.
you bet.
Thank you. Moorhaven Band is coming down the aisle right now, and
Moorhaven is from Glades County, a little further east.
I was over there about 2 years ago in Moorhaven. I was going around Southwest Florida taking pictures for graphics for our weather app, and I stopped in Moorhaven, and I had probably one of the best slices of pizza that I've had in Southwest Florida.
In Moorhaven.
In Moorhaven.
Wow.
Yep.
Hang on, Sloopy.
yep.
Next up, sponsored by Liberty Tax Service. They're all dressed as the Statue of Liberty. Of course, you see them all around town this time of year. It's we're dead in the middle of tax season. And they dress as the Statue of Liberty and wave customers into their places
That's
of
right.
business.
Usually dancing with headphones.
That's right.
Yep.
But I always honk and wave.
Yeah.
Lady Liberty has to stay hydrated too,
I think
taking
she
a
was
drink of
singing.
water.
I think
Yeah.
we missed her song. FGCU. Of course, home of the Eagles. The
Home
Eagle
of the
on
Eagles
top.
that people remember from a few years back, of course, Dunk City.
Yeah, how could we forget?
And
What
when
a
they
fun
made
time.
they made the run to the Sweet 16 where they were knocked off by my Florida Gators.
They're promoting something I love, save the planet through sustainability.
Yeah.
But what great advertisement for that school when they made that run to the Sweet 16, and it was March, and all March Madness, of
Yeah.
course, and all these schools from around the country were buried in
Spring
snow,
break, yep.
and they would show the beach that is on the campus at FGCU,
Yep.
and their enrollment went up like 1,000% after that tournament run.
It was great. This is South Fort Myers High marching in front of us right now.
And I love that the band is always followed, of course, by the junior ROTC. That was the Wolfpack of South Fort Myers High School. Yeah, John, you've got to go watch Stripes. That's all there is to it.
All right, movie night.
I may go home and watch it
I
tonight.
haven't seen it for a long time. It's a good one.
Next up, the Crime Stoppers. More of Kathleen's customers. Do you think young kids are on this parade route and their parents have to tell them what a telephone booth is?
I know, right?
You don't see them anymore.
You just don't.
Bad boys. Cops is going to be shooting here in Fort Myers. They're planning to.
Yes, they are.
Speaking of bad boys,
Do you know who sings that song?
Inner Circle.
Yeah, it's very good.
That's right. We actually had Inner Circle here as part of the festival one year.
Oh, really? They were in Naples not long ago.
We-
Either they must love Southwest
We
Florida.
used to
like
do
we
a block party as part of the festival. Events have evolved through the years, but when we did the block party, we had Inner Circle in as our featured act one year, and they were great. There's the radio flyer. Did you guys have radio flyer wagons?
I didn't have an official radio flyer.
No,
but I did have
but
a
you had a
wagon.
wagon.
I had a red
Yeah.
wagon.
A knockoff.
Yes, the knock, which has been my life
knockoff.
ever since, right?
German American Social Club of Cape Coral,
Oh,
a
yeah,
great place to
Oktoberfest.
party, Oktoberfest. And they make themselves available to all different sorts of groups. I mean, I've gone to St. Patrick's Day celebrations at the German American Club. But there is no better party in town than Oktoberfest in Cape Coral.
Funny story. My brother just had our DNA done, his DNA. Kruger is my maiden name. Vogelsong's also a German name.
Right.
We've been celebrating the German culture for all these years, and we found out we're Swedish.
It's like every commercial I see for Ancestry.com. I thought I was Eastern European.
Yeah.
Turns out I'm Irish.
It's actually kind of affecting my dad's family. He comes from a big Catholic family of 13, and they've been these strong Germans all this time, which of course they lived in Germany, so they were German, you
Right,
know, but
right.
It's just kind of affecting their mindset, like, oh, now we have to think Swedish, you know.
Dixie Roadhouse coming down the road next.
Have you
Couple
spent
of-
any time there?
Couple of big trucks. I have
We have
not.
a lot of
They-
coworkers
they-
who spend a lot of time
They
there.
they have dancing there at night. They
Line
bring
dancing,
in yes
right?
line
Yep.
dancing. They bring in great concerts. They bring in great
There
concerts.
was a
We're gonna
group.
go,
There was
yeah.
a group. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago that they went to Dixie Roadhouse after work?
Yes.
And
Did they make work the next day?
I said, "I'm old. You don't want me
Yeah.
going with you." Yeah.
There's the line dancers.
Plus, I don't know how to line dance, so I would feel weird.
Oh, it doesn't take much.
I'm convinced they came up with line dancing because women got tired of standing around waiting
Exactly.
for
I was just
waiting
gonna
for men to ask them to dance.
Exactly.
Next up, another high school band. This is Cape Coral High School, the Marching Seahawks. Orange and blue, I'm
Yeah.
kind of fond.
Very shiny and sparkly tonight. What a beautiful shot again, right, JP? It's just a...
I am watching it all night, but I was just going to say I could sit here and watch this all
It
night.
is.
It's such a beautiful shot down the street there.
Well, when we're done, I'll take you over to City of Palms and we can watch them disembark.
Yeah.
Maybe introduce you to a clown or two. You never
All right.
know. That's it. Now, this is sort of like the old line about Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. She had to do everything that he did, only backwards and in
Yeah.
heels. The drum major walking backwards for 2 miles.
Can you imagine? As a band member, I can tell you the instrumentalists get a chance to take a break, but the drum has
They
to
play
keep
the whole
going
time,
the whole
'cause they-
time.
yeah.
And my brother was a bass drum, and so when everyone else got a break, he had to keep going. And it's very hard on those drummers against a 2-mile walk, humid.
That's the Ream team. We appreciate the Ream team. They are a part of our parade every year. And look at the trucks coming by and the NASCAR car, actually,
Yeah.
number 24, made famous by Mr. Jeff Gordon, now retired. We'll be right back to the Edison Festival of Light Grand Parade after this brief message. The Edison Festival of Light is a nonprofit organization designed to produce the 10-day festival. All events are free, and there is a great community impact for youth, science and technology, safety, history, and arts and culture. We could not do this without the generous support of the community. To find out more about our community impact and to financially support the festival, visit our website at www.edisonfestival.org. Festival merchandise is available at our website, edisonfestival.org. To obtain a copy of the Junior Parade or Grand Parade, visit our website to purchase your copy today. And we're back to the Edison Festival of Light Grand Parade. It is brought to you in part by the City of Fort Myers and Florida Power and Light.
This looks like it should be up in the Redneck Yacht Club.
Now, of course, my question is, Krista, have you ever been on a date in a vehicle with tires that big?
I have never.
Okay.
And I'm from the Dakotas and Montana,
Right? Yeah,
so you think
that's
I
it.
was.
Mission Barbecue.
Oh, good food.
Have you been?
Yes, I have been there.
Have you been at noon?
No, not at noon. I go
At
for
noon,
dinner.
they stop everything and they play the national anthem. They play the Star Spangled
love it.
Banner at 12 noon. Everybody stops. The kitchen staff comes out of the kitchen. Everybody puts their hand over their heart, and we sing the national
I
anthem
love
at
it.
12 noon every
That's
day at
great.
Mission Barbecue.
Now I have to go
And
there for lunch.
They donate a portion of their profits to veterans groups around the country. So, speaking of a place that brings in great shows, the
Yeah,
Ranch.
Been there for Rick Springfield twice.
And here comes another group I love. And if you haven't done this, you want to do this too. Add this to your list of things to do in Southwest Florida. Go watch the Derby girls skate a roller derby bout. I've actually announced some roller derby bouts. It was a lot
that'd
of
be
fun.
fun.
It was unbelievable. They have like great names.
I love it.
And
I smell a sweet
it's-
feast coming,
It's
JP.
it's not the old roller derby that you knew when you were a kid with the bank tracks and stuff. This is all flat track skating. And they
Okay.
knock the crap out of each other.
I
It
want
is-
to do it.
There's our boy Thomas Edison on the back of that. The best use of my inventions, the snook light.
Some
That was
old-time
Stokes
rock and
Marine.
roll
We
there.
thank Stokes Marine for coming out with their beautiful float.
Tempco.
And Spider-Man.
See Spider-Man in
Yeah.
front. That's right.
Look at the fireworks in the back. Oh, that's just beautiful.
That would explain why we didn't see the fireworks at
In
the
the
start of the
beginning,
parade.
yes. I bet it was because
of the
clouds.
rain.
Yeah, And we have
So,
one more band coming up too.
We
Cypress
ad-lib,
Lake.
we tap dance, we figure out what to do. It was raining too hard to play, to go with the fireworks prior to the parade. What a spectacular look down
love it,
Edwards
yeah.
Drive. I told you, sometimes when you see that, you'll see the flags, the kids, the marchers, the bands, and then the fireworks going off in the center of it all.
It couldn't get more perfect. This is the Cypress Lake GROTC.
That was Cypress Lake High School Junior ROTC. And this will be our final band of the evening, the Cypress Lake High School Marching Pride, they call themselves. They're the Panthers of Cypress Lake High School.
How perfect.
And there is just no better shot in Southwest Florida than what you're seeing right there. The end of the 79th Annual Edison Festival of Light Parade with the fireworks going off between the palm trees down the length of Edwards Drive to the sound of the Marching Pride Band.
Yeah. Here they go.
Salty Sam's is up next.
Fun place to go have lunch at Parrot Key.
Parrot Key,
Yeah.
on the way to the beach.
I've been there several times. They have good live music there too. A lot
They do,
of times.
yeah.
They are enjoying the evening. We have bubbles at our table. We have pirates in the road. We have section marshals going by that have done a great job of keeping this parade moving. We have very few dead spots in the parade. Here comes some more of our section marshals and volunteers. These are all the people that they are the nuts and the bolts of the parade. The parade, they get everybody geared up down at Fort Myers High School, and then they keep them in line. And there's an art to it. There's a certain pace that they're supposed to keep.
Yeah.
And all of these people that you see, beginning and the end of each section, and then all of these marshals, they keep that pace to get
No,
everybody through at the right
They
time.
might have to change the fireworks to the end because I really enjoyed this way.
That was actually We may look at that and do it on a regular basis because that was a spectacular
It really looks
To
fantastic.
be able to look down
yeah.
like this and see what we just watched. And look at this, he just cannot help himself. That was our president going by a second time because he just can't get enough of the adulation. That's Kevin Anderson. I want to thank all of you for coming out this evening, in particular my co-hosts this evening, John Patrick and Krista Fogelsong of ABC 7 Television. I am Ted Fitzgeorge. I am a board member of the Edison Festival of Light. We have celebrated 79 years in a row, and we are thrilled that the two of you were here to celebrate it with us
Ted, you
tonight.
make it easy.
This
Thank
was
you for having
spectacular.
us.
Thank you all for being here, and I hope you'll come back
It
next
was
year.
our pleasure. You know, whether I'm sitting up here next year or not, I'm definitely going to be back to the parade.
That's what we like to hear. We have
love it.
converted a parade fan. I think we'll keep talking while the fireworks go off because we're enjoying them. I don't want to go anywhere until the fireworks are done.
It sure turned out to be a beautiful evening.
And you see the people have not left now. Now the rain has stopped. Again, the advantage to having a meteorologist at the anchor table.
We were cursing him a bit. My hair was cursing him, not me.
But it worked out very well.
The rain cooled us off a little bit. The humidity went
You
down.
can
Although
feel
it's
the
getting a little
difference.
sticky there at the beginning of the
Right.
parade, but it's gotten less humid. It's very, very nice out here this evening. And look at that view. Those fireworks going off.
And I know if you're watching this on TV, you've already missed it, but we're not done yet. Tomorrow is also part of the Edison Festival. We've got a fantastic car show right here in downtown Fort Myers. And it always amazes me. I'm back down here by 7. I'll be here till midnight tonight. I'll get back here at 7:30 tomorrow morning. You will not know that anything has gone on in downtown Fort Myers. It will be as clean as a whistle. The crew comes out and they clean. When everybody's gone, they come out from 2 in the morning until 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, and they whisk through this place, and it is just sparkling by the time you get here at 7:30. That part always amazes
Yeah,
me.
and people clean up after themselves
That
very
part
well too,
always
because we have
amazes
wonderful
me.
residents here in Southwest Florida.
Once again, I would like to thank all of you for coming along on this spectacular ride. 79 years of celebrating Fort Myers' most famous winter resident, Mr. Thomas Alva Edison. Ted Fitzgeorge, board member, along with my friends from ABC 7 TV, the beautiful Krista Fogelsong, and the lovely John Patrick. Thank you both for coming along and being a part of this this incredible ride, and we hope you'll do it again next year.
We've enjoyed ourselves. Thank you, Ted.
Thank you. Come down to Southwest Florida and check us out. It's a beautiful place to live.